They were in a full-fledged committed relationship, honey. And he was still lying. Like, he was just a dog. He was just a dog.
Don't stop looking at me. Don't stop looking at me. No, no. Don't stop looking at me. Don't stop looking at me. Don't stop.
Hey guys, it's your girl, Disastrous Beauty, and I am coming to you with a story time. Okay, so I know you guys may get tired of seeing this shirt or what looks like I'm apparently naked, and you may get tired of this hair, and you may get tired of these ears, but baby, the filming gods are on my side tonight, and honey, I'm gonna use this. It is freaking 10:20, and everybody in my house is asleep. Let me say that again. It is 10:20, and everybody in my house is asleep. Y'all know what? That ain't cute. That ain't cute. That looks like I have pink eye. Be right back. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Y'all have to excuse my appearance. I mean, this is the makeup I've had on all day. This hair I've had on all day. I took naps in it. You know what I mean? So please excuse my appearance. We're gonna do a story time, but before I get into the story time, I want to tell you guys about this highlight. Like, just look at my Rudolph nose. And I know I said that in my video that I did on this hair, but y'all, this right here, this is Maybelline. Yes, the fallout is ridiculous, but I mean, it's cheap. It's like $4. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome metallic highlighter. Y'all, get you some of this. I know it's cheap, and I know some of y'all, some of my subscribers, y'all may be on the little bougie, you know, if it ain't Anastasia Beverly Hills or whoever, you might not be about that life. But for my chicks that's on a budget, this is a really, really good highlighter. I definitely recommend it. I seen a few beauty gurus talking about it, and they were all raving about it. I never seen anybody say anything bad about it, and I was like, let me go get me some of this and give it a shot. And I love it. I love it. If you like a little bling, if you like for your nose to look like Rudolph, I don't know why I'm on that kick right now, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Get you some of this. I'll try to find a link to it and leave it in the description box, or at least leave the name in the description box so you guys can get y'all some. Anyways, so let's get into this story time. This is a story time about I don't know what I'm titling this video, but this is a story time about the first time I was ever cheated on. And really it's a story time about my first real boyfriend. So yeah, my best friend is involved in this story time, and I'm gonna call her Sasha. I did call and ask her if it was okay if I told the story, simply because we're from a small area, and anybody that's from where we're from that watches this video is going to obviously know who she is. They're obviously going to know who my boyfriend was, because I had the same boyfriend from the time I was in the 8th grade all the way till my freshman year of college. Yeah. But yes, so let me just give you guys a little bit of background. So my ex-boyfriend, my high school sweetheart or whatever, I was in the 8th grade. Not when I met him. I was in the 7th grade when I met him. I met him in the band, and I always kind of went for musically inclined guys. I never went for the jock. The jock really wasn't my thing. I always liked more musical guys. This guy was my first boyfriend, and my second boyfriend was also somebody that I met in oh, that's a good story time too. My second boyfriend was also somebody that I met when I was actually in drum major camp, and he was a drum major. And my husband, I mean, even my husband right now, Reggie does music. He's he raps. Well, he don't rap anymore, but he's really, really good with words. He's very musically inclined. But yeah, I always went for the music guy. Even my ex-husband, he sings. So I always liked the music guy. So my first boyfriend, I met him when I was about in the 7th grade. We are from a small town, so I already knew him, of course, because I mean, my school it was a 1B school. So that lets you know how small it was. So everybody knew everybody. But anyways, 8th grade year, we started dating. So when I was in the 8th grade, he was actually in the 11th grade. I know y'all like, how did your grandmother allow you to date someone that much older than you? And really the only reason she did allow us to date was because his parents were so strict that it didn't matter that he was that much older than me. His parents were actually stricter, more strict. His parents were actually more strict than my grandmother, who wasn't very strict. She was strict, but she wasn't very strict enough. So anyways, that's basically the background. So by the time I was in the ninth grade, by the time I was in the 10th grade, he had graduated. So I remember, and we're gonna call my ex-boyfriend Jacob, simply because I like Greenleaf, and Greenleaf, the character Jacob is like a preacher's son. It's the preacher's son or whatever. If you don't watch Greenleaf, you won't get it. But yeah, I feel like Jacob's a good name for him. And we're gonna call my best friend Sasha, and we're gonna call the girl he cheated on me with, we're gonna call her Denise. So my best friend, I remember being at home, and my best friend, I was in my room studying. I was always studying because I'm not naturally smart. Like, I have to work. Like, I have to work. Like, I have to work to get good grades. And I did have good grades in school, but I studied. So anyway, I remember being in my room studying, and my best friend called me. And her favorite thing to say all the time, whenever she had anything to say that was like some gossip, some juice, anything, she would always say,
Chrissy, are you sitting down? Girl, sit down. Sit down.
like, that was always her thing. And when she say that, I knew it was some juice. Really wasn't expecting it to be some juice about me, but I knew it was gonna be some juice. So I'm like, girl, yeah, I'm sitting down, what's up? So she was like,
So I was just at my cousin, and
and yeah, the girl that he cheated on me was actually my best friend's cousin, and they lived near each other. Stupid, right? So anyways, yeah, she was like,
I was just at Denise's house, and she said, basically, I don't know why, Christina and Jacob broke up, because he's a really good guy. He's here all the time. He buys,
oh, I think he had even bought her something for Valentine's Day. Like, they were a thing. Like, he was full-fledged dating this girl, and obviously telling her that we had broken up because she knew that we were together. Now, I do want to say this. Sasha's cousin, Denise, was like, let me see, she may have been like 28, 29. She was a grown woman. Like, she was like my age now. And I knew her. Like, she was my best friend's older cousin. I knew her. Like, me and my best friend had been best friends since Head Start. So obviously I knew mostly everybody in her family. So anyways, yeah, he had basically lied to her and said, we had broken up or whatever, and was dating her. Like, she had no idea. So my best friend was like, I told her, and they're still together. So I think, maybe that was shocking to her. I'm sure it was. But I don't remember what she said her reaction was. And honestly, I don't really remember my reaction. I have a tendency to hide my emotions, even with people that I'm very close to. I don't like to, I'm sure I didn't bust into tears or anything like that. I probably played it off kind of nonchalant. Like, maybe, I'm sure I showed that I care, but I probably showed more anger than sad. And really, I was more sad than angry. So I remember basically getting off the phone with her and calling him, and I don't remember him answering. So I called and I called and I called, and eventually I did talk to him, and I'm like,
you cheated on me. I just got off the phone with Sasha, and she said, you're messing with Denise.
And she also had said, my best friend had said that she had seen his car there before, because, honey, he had this really busted car. Busted car that was very recognizable, because I had never seen any other cars around the area like that. So she had said that she had seen his car, but she didn't know what was going on or what he was doing. So she didn't tell me initially, because she really didn't know anything. So anyways, he told me,
no, I had just been going over there to fix her car.
I was like, really? And really, y'all, I wanted to believe it. When you're at that age, and at this time we had been dating maybe about 2 years, when you're at that age, you're kind of naive, you're kind of gullible. You really don't want to believe that your man would cheat on you. Like, I don't know if a lot of women like that now, but I know back then that's how I was. I didn't want to believe that he would cheat on me. I wasn't one of those women that believed all men cheat. And I really thought he was a good guy. He was from this good family, and I thought he was a good guy, and he was a nice guy. Like, he was never disrespectful at anything in that way. Yes, he was a dog, but he was never disrespectful. He never called me out of my name. He was never that person. He was always respectful. Even when I acted a fool, and I used, especially back then, I always had a tendency to kind of act a fool, you know, get mad, snap, whatever. And he was never disrespectful to me. He was still a dog, don't get me wrong, but he was never disrespectful. So, anyways, I I remember getting off the phone with him, wanting to kind of believe what he had told me, but not really believing it. I don't know how to describe it. I wanted to be in denial, but I'm a realist, and I couldn't make myself be in denial about it. So anyway, I remember leaving. My grandmother worked at a convenience store at the time, the only convenience store basically that we had in Sweetwater. And I remember leaving the house. She worked the night shift. Leaving the house at like 11 o'clock and going to her job, and I was so upset, and I was like, all of this, like, keep in mind, I'm like 16, because I was like in the 10th grade at the time, or 11th grade, something like that. And I was like so upset, and I couldn't stop imagining the stuff that she knew, you know, versus the stuff that I knew, because I didn't know much about anything at this age, obviously. So I couldn't just, all these pictures like in my head, I was so distraught. So anyway, my grandma basically gave me the spiel that, you know, all men are dogs, blah, 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 and sent me on my way, hugged me, let me cry, do my thing, whatever. And eventually I left the store and I went back home. So the next day I went to school. I think I had basically convinced myself that he wasn't lying. Like, yeah, like I knew he was lying, but I had somehow convinced myself that he wasn't lying. So I went to school the next day, and I don't know what Sasha said to me when I got to school. I remember being in homeroom, and she said something. I don't remember what it was, but a detail that was something that I couldn't let go. Like, it was a detail where, yes, he definitely cheated. Like, I couldn't be in denial anymore. Whatever it was that she told me, I was like, oh. I slammed my book closed, and you could check yourself out of school at a certain age. And at the time I was driving my grandmother's car, I checked myself out of school. I went to his house, and I was like,
Jacob, Sasha said blah, blah, blah.
whatever she said.
Oh, no, that ain't true. That ain't true.
And I was like,
Well, you know what? We'll fix this. We gonna go to Denise's house. I'll ask her in front of you.
so honey, he tried to talk me out of it, but I think, yeah, he tried to talk me out of it, but I think what I did was basically give him an ultimatum. Like, either we're going to go to her house and you're going to tell me that you didn't mess with her in front of her face and she's going to confirm it, or we're done. Like, done. It's a wrap. So we go to her house. I knew where she lived, obviously. So he goes up to her trailer. I don't know if she lived with her mom. I'm not sure if she lived with her parents or not. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, he goes up to her trailer. I'm like standing back by the car, and he goes to her trailer. He knocks on the door, and it does take him a minute. So I'm sure he was saying, "Look, my girlfriend said, please just tell her, you know, nothing's going on." Basically, lie. So Denise comes up to me, and she has her daughter on her hip. She had like 2 or 3 kids, but she had her daughter on her hip. It was like a smaller baby, maybe a 1-year-old. And I wasn't there to fight her. I've never been that girl. I never wanted to be that girl. And for any of my young subscribers or whatever, don't ever be that girl. That girl that wants to fight the girl, that's mad at the girl instead of being mad at the man. Now, I really believe that she didn't know that we were together. But second of all, I wouldn't have fought her even if she did know we were together, because she didn't owe me nothing. She wasn't my man. She wasn't making me no promise. She didn't owe me poot. You know what I mean? So that was always my mentality. I was always that person. The girl doesn't owe me nothing. This man is the one that's making me these promises, telling me that he's going to be faithful, that he's going to be that. I was always that chick. Even in the 10th grade, I was that chick. So the first thing I said to her was,
Denise, I'm not here to fight you. Like, I'm not mad at you. I ain't got no issues with you or whatever. My issue is with him.
and I remember doing it just like that. He was taller than me, and I was like, my issue is with him. And I was like,
My issue with him, he's the one that made the promises to me. He's the one that did this. He's the one that did it. I just want to know, were you two, or are you two messing around?
and she looked at me. Denise was like, basically, she was a nice girl. Like I said, I knew her. She was a nice girl, quiet kind of girl, but she was a nice girl. And I remember her looking at him, and then she looked at me, and she was like, no, nothing's going on. And I was like,
Are you sure? Like, because Sasha told me that you told her that y'all had been messing around for a while.
and she, once again, she looked at him and she looked at me and she was like, no, no, we're not. It's nothing like that. And basically corroborated his story that he had been fixing her car or some mess like that. So, I mean, what else was I supposed to do at this point? I couldn't make her tell me anything. I couldn't make him stop being a lying dog. So, I was like, whatever. So, I remember getting back in the car. And I think I had him driving the car, which is usually my thing. I don't like to drive, honey. Even back then, I ain't like to drive. I kind of like to... I kind of like to sit on the side and act like I'm rich and bougie and I have a chauffeur. I'm that person. I hate to drive. But anyway, I remember getting back in the car and yelling and doing his head like that. That's another thing. Don't put your hands on people, honey. It took me a long time to realize that, because had he been a fool, you know, he could have been tagging me upside my head because I kept doing his head like that. Like, you're a lying dog. She's lying for you. Blah, blah, blah. I was just going off. I went off all the way to his house. And I remember him being, he wasn't like on boo-hoo crying or anything like that. I remember him having these tears in his eyes, and I was crying. I was really, really upset. And he was like, this is not, you know, that's not true or whatever. I think I was in the 11th grade. He was like, this is not true. She told you it ain't true, whatever. So, yeah, that was basically the end of that. I basically let it go. Like, kind of let it go. It was still always in the back of my head. Like, my trust factor wasn't there like it used to be with him, but I basically let it go. And I remember even basically kind of getting an attitude with my best friend. I don't remember how it went, but I kind of got an attitude with her. That's one of those things that I hate, and I don't like those women, so I don't know why I was that woman. But I guess you're embarrassed and it bothers you that the messenger knows that you're with this dog. It's so embarrassing, you know what I mean? So I kind of got like, if my best friend brought it up or whatever, even if I thought she was gonna bring something up about it, I would kind of get an attitude and kind of be stank about it. So basically, Sasha just let it go, honey. She ain't talk about it no more. Like, basically, B, if you want to stay in this, you know, that's on you. This is your relationship, honey. It ain't mine. You do what you want to do. You grown. But yeah. Later on, his mom actually confirmed that he had been dating her, that she had seen them together or something like that. She was just randomly talking because she knew we had the falling out, but I don't think she knew that he had lied to me about it. So yeah. He definitely was messing with her. And later we ended up breaking up when we got in college, because he got a whole nother girlfriend, honey. I mean, I had been with this guy since I was in 8th grade, and he basically waited, and we went to university together, like dorm room and everything. Like, not, we didn't have no dorm room together, but he was on campus as well. He was like freaking, I was 18, 19, 20, 21. So he was like 21. But he was on campus. And yeah, he ended up getting a full-fledged girlfriend. Lied all the way to the end about this girlfriend. Even like, because we ended up breaking up because of it. And he was still lying. Like, he was still saying it wasn't, you know, there's no other girl, blah, blah, blah. And I remember the guy that I ended up getting with after him telling me, you do realize it was another girl. Like, he had never met, well, he had met my ex-boyfriend before, but just hearing the story, he was like, yeah, it's another girl. But yeah, he ended up actually getting with this girl that he claimed that he wasn't with, because I heard a voicemail on his phone, because I had a code. I had the code to his voicemail where I could call his voicemail, and I heard the girl's voicemail to him. They were in a full-fledged committed relationship, honey, and he was still lying. Like, he was just a dog. He was just a dog, y'all. But yeah, that was the first time I was cheated on by my high school sweetheart, like somebody that I was with almost like 5 years. A waste of time. Anyways, yeah, If you like this story, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more story times, please comment that down below. Maybe even leave some suggestions down below. If I've gone through it, I can give you a story time. I mean, I'm not gonna make anything up, obviously, but if I've gone through it, yeah, just give me any suggestions on any story times that you guys would like to hear. And I would also like to hear about in the comments, y'all story times about the first time you were cheated on and how did you handle it and all of that. I mean, obviously I was young and dumb because I stayed with them instead of moving on, honey. It was millions of boys I could have got with. Yeah, but we've all, most of us have been there. I can't say all of us, but most of us, about probably 98% of us have been there. We've been that chick. Why are my eyes so red? I don't know. Maybe these contacts are irritating me. I don't feel irritated. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys the next time, which will probably be in this same shirt, and because I'm probably finna record that one right now. Love you guys. Bye.